BOE Firmes, 165 Thomas Powell Boulevard, Farmingdale. Last week you mentioned, it's listed here, a memorandum of agreement with the Farmingdale teachers. Could you disclose what that was in reference to? Because that's kind of like very generic. And also, another thing that gets lost in the budget meetings over the course of all these years are the bonds. You know, we have $3.7 million worth of debt service to bonds, and you know you mention them all the time, but we get kind of lost. So if you kind of can refresh us on recently retired bonds, present bonds, and the ones that I know that in the future we have this big bond coming up here, $36 million, and how they're interrelated with the budget.
As part of our bond presentations, Roy, Paul described how the new bonds and the old bonds, where they will replace each other. He can give you the details of the timing. As far as the agreement that is on the agenda for the board's consideration with the teacher, it is first year, which is this year, it's step plus 1%. The next year is step plus 0.6%, and the following year is step plus 0.5%. So it's a 1, 0.6 and a 0.5 plus step in each of the years, and it's a 3-year agreement. And it's included in all our budget calculations, so therefore it's no impact, there are no changes to the budget or the taxes that Paul has presented by authorizing this agreement this evening.
So, and your question with regard to the bond and where we stand as far as our current debt service obligations, we have a very strong financial condition. We're actually going to be releasing, or Standard & Poor's is going to be releasing, and so is Moody's, a statement with regard to our current financial condition, and reference specifically in that financial disclosure has to do with our current debt service circumstance, which is very favorable, very positive. We carry very, very little debt for an organization of our size, as in comparison. Farmingdale Schools holds under 1% of its total budget in debt service obligations, whereas some local municipalities will hold 30% of debt service obligations will be represented as part of their budget. So we fare very well as far as the amount of debt that we carry on the books. Our debt right now is really comprised of 3 things. One is debt that's actually going to be falling off in the 2020-21 school year.
Could you say that one more time?
Sure. We're going to have a portion of our debt that's going to be falling off our books in 2020-21. That's the last older debt service obligation that we have on the books. That is for the full-day kindergarten that was put into play about 20 years ago. Shockingly, that was almost 20 years ago now. That comes off in 2021. The only existing debt service payments that we have are the energy performance contract, which we've discussed in detail, and the proceeds associated with the recent bond activity. That will be the only debt service that we have beginning in the 21-22 school year.
Thank you. And how's that, the energy fund working out? How's that? We're supposed to,
Why don't you come up and ask that question on the second? That's the 3-minute rule, Roy.
I didn't know
You beat for yourself.
Why didn't
The
you-
second participation. We got that one.
Because it's benefits. Thank you.